Hello everyone and welcome back to your piano lesson. If you are here for the first time, I am Gianluca Fronda, your virtual piano teacher. If you want to discover interesting facts about me, you can watch the introduction video of this channel. I'm leaving the link in the description of this video, where you will find also the link for my artistic channel, Gianluca Fronda, pianist and composer, if you're interested in original music and covers. Talking about this channel, don't forget to subscribe and let me know about yourself by commenting. Tell me when you have started, if you're finding my channel interesting and you're improving your skills also thanks to my videos. And don't forget also to share with your friends if there is anybody interested in piano music, anybody that you know. So now time to go to our lesson. Today I want to complete the package of notes that you have to learn. I want to add the notes in the bass clef. This is the third music theory lesson. If you have, I hope that you have watched the previous two videos, you should be now able to recognize the 5 notes on the lines and the 4 notes in the spaces in treble clef. This is a recap, so I explained here. If you watched the previous video, you recognize these two pages where I started talking about the notes in general. I explained the 5 notes on the lines in treble clef. I gave you the acronym to recognize them, also the 4 notes in the spaces. Obviously I added again the middle C. I clarified that the D is in between the C, the middle C, and the E first note on the first line. Anyways, we can carry on. I've been talking about rhythms, the basic rhythms. So these are again 5 notes on the lines, E, G, B, D, F, 4 notes in the spaces, creating phase if you connect the name of the notes. Today I want to indeed start talking about the bass clef notes. And let's write bass clef notes, obviously. I want to indeed start talking about the notes on the lines in bass clef. Notes on the lines in bass clef. Now follow me carefully, please. There is a very simple trick, a simple secret that once you have understood, once you have learned, you know how to read quickly the 5 notes on the lines in bass clef and also the 4 in the spaces in bass clef. But pay attention to me one second. Look at my hands. Imagine that these is the treble clef stave and these are the 5 notes on the lines in bass clef. E, G, B, D, F. Look what magic thing happened when you start reading the notes in bass clef, the 5 notes on the lines in bass clef. Look, the first correspond in terms of name to the second of the treble clef, the second to the third to the fourth to the fifth. So if they were E, G, B, D, F, every good boy deserves fun, they will be good boys deserve fun always, or deserve food or whatever you like, because the way people call these 5 notes are many. I mean this note called F. Good boys deserve fun always. You have to add A on top. Why is A? Because if this is F, we have G in between them in the space and A. Obviously, G is the last of the package of 7, and we restart again. And we can write now them here. So I'm writing first of all as they are, and then I will show you the connection. So we have first one is G, then we have B, then D, then F, and A. Here we are. Remember to write to draw the note half above and half below. G, B, D, F, and A. Same as I did the last time, I can write one by one them on the vertical line, adding the word that can help you. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So, good boys deserve, let's say, fun. Also girls, yeah, obviously, don't get me wrong. Good boys deserve fun always. That's all. And let's talk about now the 4 notes in the spaces. So notes in the spaces in bass clef. According to the same identical principle, you will have to simply omit the first, and the second of the treble clef will become the first. This is A. The second will be what was the third here, C. The third in bass clef will be the one that was the fourth here. This is a magic thing that happened on the stave that really turns useful. And obviously, as I have also mentioned previously while explaining the 5 notes on the lines, A, C, E, the next one will be, so if we have here, F will be on the line, that is on the 4th line, this one, F will be G, isn't it? And what you can use for the acronym is this. Many students use this, and I definitely like it. So we can do first, second, third and fourth space. You can do all cows eat grass. Et voila! A, C, E, G can be also learned as all cows eat grass. To simplify even more, I want to indeed try to write both treble clef and bass clef at once, showing you the simple connection. So on top I write the treble clef ones, for example here, and here the bass clef ones. Look, here they would be E, G, B, D, F. Here they would be, pay attention, so G, B, D, F, and we have to add on top of it A. Identical name. G's, B's, D's, and F's. Here we have E for the first, and here we have A for the last. But I'm leaving on the side. You see, this is the coincidence. And it's exactly the same as I have told you when it comes to notes in the spaces. We have in the treble clef, we have F, A, C, and E. In the bass we will have A, C, E, and G. A's, A here, C, C, E, E. Here is G, here is F. Okay, this is the connection. Now please pay extra care and follow me carefully, please. We have to finally understand the right position of these notes on the staves, treble clef stave and bass clef staves. Here I wrote all of them. We have to try to understand the position of these notes on the staves on the keyboard. Because remember that once we have placed the treble clef at the beginning, or the bass clef, this note that is E is just one key on the keyboard, nothing else, same as this one, for example. Again, E in the bass clef is just one, and you have to respect strictly the position of the note on the keyboard. Let's start now from the middle C. The middle C on the keyboard is exactly this one. It is on pianos like mine under the label, or we could say, if you have anyways an 88 keys keyboard like this without any label, you can simply check that the middle C has to be the C number, let's see, C number 4. In case you have a 61 keys keyboard, this is the C number 3, because the 61 keys keyboard starts exactly from here, the 5 octave keyboards I mean, yeah? C number 1, 2 and 3. So middle C is either C number 4 on 88 keys keyboards or C number 3 on 61 keys keyboards or 5 octaves keyboards. Now the other notes that are on the right, they follow simply the order. Remember that if you go up on the stave, you're going to the right. So this D is exactly this D. the D straight to the right of the middle C. The E is exactly this, and so on. Indeed, now again C. Let's maybe write the name of the C as a reference point, yeah? This C must be this one. The C in the third space of the treble clef has to be exactly this one, and not at all these or the other one straight after. Is the C straight to the right of the middle C. And we can definitely say that is the C number 5 of the 88 keys keyboards, or the C number 4 of the 61 keys keyboard or 5 octaves keyboards. Let's remember that this C is exactly the same identical one. Here, for example, played by the right hand, read in treble clef, and here played by the left hand or read in bass clef. And indeed, same story. We have to remember that when we go down, we are moving to the left of the keyboard. So C, then B, B is exactly the one straight after on the stave, then A is this one, and so on. And also in this case, let's refer to the C's. I write also underneath, why not? So this C has to be the one straight to the left of the middle C. That is the C number 3 of the 88 keys, or the C number 2 of the 61 or 5 octaves keyboard, okay? Keyboards. This is a very important thing, it's a very important aspect that you have to keep in account when you study and when you play, when you start finally studying piano pieces. One thing that today I want to clarify more than ever is that with the term note, we mean two different things. We can mean the notes themselves, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. For example, you see A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on, the notes on the stave. But we can also mean the semibreve or the whole note. So these ones that I like to call time values, musical values, music values, they in general they are called also notes. So maybe to simplify, we can say the name of the notes, so the notes names, or the value of the notes, the time value of the notes. But please be advised that with the term notes, you can either mean these names, the proper name of the notes, or the value of the notes. It's better that I repeat one concept related to the time signatures. Please remember that the top number of the time signatures indicates the quantity of counts. The bottom number, since you are, I suppose, teenager or adult and you can definitely easily understand what I'm saying, the bottom number indicates the identity of the count. In the 4/4, you have to remember that you have 4 counts and each of them is worth 1/4. Can be expressed the quarter note or crotchet, or can be hidden, for example, in 2 minims. 1, 2, 3, 4. But the identity of the count is the quarter note. Same story in the 3/4. You have 3 counts, so 3 the quantity. The bottom number, the 4, indicates the identity of the counts. 3 counts, each of them worth 1/4 note, 1 crotchet. And same story in the 2/4. 2 counts, each of them worth 1/4. So top number, quantity, bottom number, identity of the count. And the very last thing to clarify today in this lesson is related to the reason why in the first music theory lesson I called the treble clef also G clef and the bass clef also F clef. Today you can finally understand that the reason, let's start from the main topic of today, or today's lesson. The reason why I called the bass clef F clef is that you see the 2 dots around the 4th line, is that the bass clef is simply reminding you that the F is on the 4th line. Indeed, we have 2 different F clefs, the bass clef and the baritone clef. The baritone will be will have the 2 dots around the 3rd line, but that's why. So they look identical, but pay attention in case you will be curious to study more instruments or to discover more about the 7 different clefs that I've mentioned in the first lesson. Remember that this one has to be placed exactly on the 4th line. You start drawing from the 4th line and you place the 2 dots around it, because on the 4th line we have F. And the reason why the treble clef was G clef is that on the 2nd line we have the G. You see, you start drawing the treble clef from the second line, reminding you that this is the clef where the G is on the second line. Are simple conventions, is a tradition, the way it's been done, and we keep using the same identical one. So I really hope that it's all clear to you what I've explained today. If you have any question, obviously feel free to contact me by commenting. I am leaving the link of the playlist with the 3 for now, and obviously they are going to grow, these videos. So I'm leaving the link with a playlist of these music theory lessons in the description of the video, and you can definitely start following the playlist if you are interested in music theory lessons. If it's the first time you're landing on my channel thanks to this video, don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next one. All the best.